Look who's back! It's me, Pixie. Your half of a year on hiatus doll artist. And as I promised, I'm back with a new video today. And oh boy, you don't know, but this half of a year I was working really hard making plenty of amazing dolls for my customers. And it means plenty of new doll videos are upcoming. I had a bad time managing my schedule and balancing all the stuff that was going on in life, so my decision was to pause video uploading a bit. And I don't know, and I don't really care if you're already tired of custom doll videos, but we are here to make another one. So be prepared, today it is the one that sparks joy. Kinda. I'm sure some of you may be interested in what the hell I was doing all this time except dolls, and I'll tell you, played D&D, like a lot. You guys, it was great. Sometimes it was hella difficult, but overall an incredible experience. You can't tell, but my sanity level boosted despite all events that I had to face. And I assure you, this year was the worst in my memory so far. Dad passed out, war continuation, constant fears of death, mentality shifting, because it's impossible to stay the same after such events. But as I experienced it myself many times, there will be a dawn after a long dark night. Just hold on there, baby. I know how hard it is. You will be alright. You may not believe in that now, and you may not believe in that tomorrow, but the new day will come, and with each little step you make, you will be there. And today I want to share with you my passion, my routine, my work. The new character for another customer. This doll is a funny one, a clowness, a jester. Like in a bright, cheerful circus, I want to share with you my new creation. Take your seats, grab your sweets, and applaud, lads and lasses. The show is starting. I'm back with much more. Firstly, I wanted to say no word in this video, that much I wasn't sure if I even wanted to talk. This half of a year I wandered in my thoughts like never before, keeping everything to myself and my closest. But I decided that yeah, you guys here to have fun, to know better this kind of art and what stays behind the artist, so I can give you that at least. For all your patient waiting, you totally deserve that. Some of you deserve much more than that for all the support you showed me during these uneasy times. Little how are yous and are you alright, little gestures of material care that brought some important things into my daily life. Those made my life easier. I endlessly appreciate that. Thank you, I see that. To my customers, endless gratitude, because you are the ones who betrusted me with your precious ideas and for such long waiting. I remember every one of you. You will never imagine how it is important for me to get each one of your orders. So words are words and our actions, that's what matter for real. So I found the right time and the right mindset to do a new video for everyone who cares. This character was inspired by that outfit I found on Pinterest. Duochrome pink and teal pastel clown inspired Lolita dress. My customer wanted to get rather jester vibe doll. We came up with the idea of combining these two colors, the silhouette of the dress and jester elements, that can accentuate the clownish aesthetic of the character. Plenty of ruffles, pom-poms and overall bubbly elements did the trick. Despite all the funny aspects of jesters like their bright attire, colorful makeup and pointy split heads, do you know that back in the time it was a person not all about jokes and fancies? One of the meanings of the word jester is a storyteller. They were entertainers, jokers, fools. Were they the ones though? Those fellas usually were members of the households of a nobleman or a monarch, employed to entertain guests during the royal banquets. And they had a lot of privileges in this position. They were called many words and in exchange they got rights that no one had. Such as to be a mirror of monarch and speak the truth right into the face, in a satirical and sharp manner. Imagine the pleasure. Jester was a worldwide occupation. And even if there are no jesters as we know them now in the modern world, they were a thing back in the day. I'd say they were the most brave people who existed. Their nature was to speak their minds where the mood took them, regardless of the consequences. They were neither calculated nor circumspect, and this may account for the foolishness often ascribed to them. Jesters were also generally of inferior social and political status and were rarely in a position, and rarely inclined, to pose as a power threat. They had a little to gain by caution and little to lose by candor, apart from liberty, livelihood, and occasionally even life, which hardly seemed to have been a deterrent. They had an important role, not only as truth speaker but as a calmer. The jester also had humor at his disposal. They could soften the blow of critical comment in a way that prevented a dignified person from losing face. Humor is a great diffuser of tense situations. One of the most effective techniques the jester used to point off his master's folly is allowing him to see it for himself. As I mentioned before, they were mirrors of a kind. Rather than contradicting the king, the jester would agree with a crazy scheme so wholeheartedly that a suggestion is taken to a logical extreme, highlighting its stupidity. The king can then decide for himself that maybe it wasn't such a good idea after all. The jester was in a sense on the side of the ruler. The relationship was often very close and amiable, and the jester was almost invariably a cherished rather than a tolerated presence. This leads to the kindliness of jesters. They could be biting in their attacks, but there was usually an undercurrent of a good-heartedness and understanding to their words. If they talk the king out of slicing up some innocents, it is not only to save him for the king's wrath, but also to save the king from himself. The jester is also perceived as being on the side of the people, the little man fighting oppression by the powerful. And I want to tell specifically interesting stories of some of those people that history remembered. Sir Geoffrey Hudson. One way to win a ruler's eye and then the position of a court jester was to have a physical difference. Hunchbacks, the tall and dwarfs were always welcome additions to a court. Sir Geoffrey Hudson stood just 18 inches tall when he was presented to Queen Henrietta Maria in 1626 at 7 years old. He made his appearance by leaping from a pie dressed in a miniature and glittering suit of armor. He followed the queen across the country as she traveled and entertained her in private. Because of his short stature but perfect proportions, he was considered one of the wonders of the age. The court would roar in laughter when a porter who was over 7 feet tall pulled Hudson from his pocket. Alas, England was soon to be plunged into a civil war, and Hudson was on the losing side. When parliamentary forces came close to catching Queen Henrietta Maria, he refused to abandon her and rushed to her defense with a sword and pistol. For his bravery, he was named Captain of Horse. His bravery cost him dearly when he followed the Queen in the exile in France. When another exile mocked Hudson too harshly, Geoffrey challenged him to a duel. Hudson blew the man's brain out with a single shot. For this, he was banished. Later captured by Barbary pirates, he was held in slavery for 25 years. Our second famous jester is Herschel of Ostropol. He was a jester who made his way into the world relying entirely on his wits. Beginning in poverty, he first was a butcher, but his jokes made the townspeople so upset that he just left his job and moved around as a traveling funny man. Over the centuries, he has become a stock figure in the folk stories. Among the tales told about him is the time he refused to doff his cap to a noble passing by. The lord was offended. "Where are you from?" he demanded. "Ostropol," Herschel replied. "And what about the head?" Herschel smiled and said, "The head is from Ostropol too." After his travels impressing poor people with his ability to mock the wealthy, he ended up as unofficial jester of Rabbi Boruch of Medjugorje. The rabbi was supposedly a deeply melancholy man, but Herschel's wit was the one thing that made him feel better. The third and the last one for today is Bora. Since a single word from a king could prove deadly, then it was a matter of utmost importance that they be kept in a good mood. Kings were always fretful when they were ill because people might begin to think about who would replace them, and might try to call their possible successors. So jesters often attended ill monarchs as assiduously as doctors. When King Martin I of Aragon lay in his sick bed, his jester Bora was called to entertain him. Bora unfortunately was slow to come, so the king asked what had kept him. Bora's joke was apparently so funny that it finished the monarch off. And here is the joke. Be prepared, I warned you. In the next vineyard, where I saw a young deer hanging by his tail from a tree, as if someone had so punished him for stealing figs. Assuming you survived that sally of the jester's wit and are still here, you are luckier than King Martin I. He found it so amusing that he laughed for a solid 3 hours before falling from his bed and dying. I'm not going to finish you off with more stories because we're here for more custom dolls and the background storytelling, aren't we? So the only thing that is finishing here is the video. Haha. Hope you liked the jester's dolly we got today. She is already at new home and the customer is happy owner of such precious thing. And thank you for staying here with me today, listening and watching. I hope to see you soon in my new videos. Bear with me for a few moments and you will see her. But for now I want to see you in my next videos, guys. Have a jolly day. Bye!
Nothing out there could ever stop me from chasing after the way you love me, keeping me up 2 cups of coffee. Baby, you make me feel so lovely. I keep on running, no, I should've wanted I keep on falling right into your thought, I can't get you off my mind. So sweet, yeah, I need it from you. Got my hands all on you, sweet. Everything I want is sugar like yes, please. Love is like candy. Sweet, yeah, I need it from you. Got my hands all on you, sweet. Everything I want is sugar like yes, please. Love is like candy. Oh, what a rush each time you catch me chasing after the way you love me. Color my life up like confetti. Baby, you make me feel so lovely. I keep on running, no, I should've wanted I keep on falling right into your thought, I can't get you off my mind. So sweet, yeah, I need it from you. Got my hands all on you, sweet. Everything I want is sugar like yes, please. Love is like candy. Sweet, yeah, I need it from you. Got my hands all on you, sweet. Everything I want is sugar like yes, please. Love is like candy. Sweet, yeah, I need it from you. Got my hands all on you, sweet. Everything I want is sugar like yes, please. Love is like candy. Sweet, yeah, I need it from you. Got my hands all on you, sweet. Everything I want is sugar like yes, please. Love is like candy. Nothing out there could ever stop me from chasing after the way you love me, keeping me up 2 cups of coffee.
Here you can see how I'm making a bugbear, yes, bugbear. I'm totally D&D corrupted, you guys, bugbear for a dress. Yep.